Wheezy, Tie Painter, Justin, Akula, Jack Delar, Cool Beans. How you guys doing this evening? Just getting here, just getting started, just getting warmed up. So, here we go. Tessie, Mario, the perfect slip bee. Okay. Party Patrol, Katrinka, DJ Dreamer, Premium Comfort. Cool beans. Well, welcome you guys. This is Dividend Stock Talk. My name is James. This brought to you by The 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks, weekly cash flow, showing you a simple, safe, predictable, and consistent strategy to obtain 1% per week. David, how you doing? Willar, John, Charlie, P. Everly, Johnny Cash. What's happening, William? Be Rad today. What are your thoughts on FPI? First one on the list for tonight. Let's take a look at it. FPI. Try it one more time. FPI. Farmland Partners. No. Wasn't that simple? Okay, B-Rad. Monthlies. Monthlies just don't work. Look at the numbers. 1240 to 1250 is going for 10 cents. That's not even 1% for a month. Yeah, no thank you. Sorry. It just, the numbers on monthlies just don't work. Seth, Nestor, Griffin, Cool Beans, Peter, Kitty Champy, interesting name. Philip Bailey. It's not one of the Bailey brothers. Diggs, Wes March, Home Detective, John Velker, JC, how are you today? Akula, Mitchell. All right, so no to FPI. So let's take a look at something else. I want to take a look at some of my stuff. Intel, INTC. Intel gapped a little bit down today. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Okay, last 30 days for Intel. Check it out. 30 days ago, 24.50. We topped out at 25.50. Today is the new 30-day bottom, 1906. Well, currently it's at 18.99. The 19 is going for 62 cents a share. Holy shit buckets. I should buy me some of those. Luke, Tori, Turner, Lucas, Chandler, Greg. All right, so I like Intel. I actually have some Intel, but she's down again. We're looking for a new bottom. So what happens is going to keep on going down, down, down until it stops. Hughley, how are you today over there in Instagram world? Alyssa, Sissa Electricals. Cool, how you doing? Adventures, SPE6S. Valerie, Tom Fiji, Duke. Sam wants to take a look at Duke. Duke Energy. No. Now, Pussy Fart. That's a horrible name. Zatran San, how are you doing today? Robert, how you doing? Okay, PF, that's a horrible name, dude. How could you come up with that one? Anyway, Duke Energy. Normally, Duke Energy you'd think would be a good company, but it only has monthly options. Monthly options just don't work for me. Okay? If I'm going to buy it at 107, the closest one's going to be the 110. It's going for 120. Well, that's 1%, but that's for a month. Why would I want to carry something for a whole month and only get 1% for a whole month? That just doesn't make... Woohoo, check that out. Oh, it disappeared. Thank you for that, Deborah. Number 7. Remember that in the team. Okay, SPEC. SPE6. ET, Energy Transfer. Now, Energy Transfer used to be on my list until I realized the numbers here aren't that good. See, at the money is fine. But what happens when the stock drops? Well, because that's all stocks do. They go up and they go down. Look, she went up. Now she's coming down. So when it comes down, if I'm not getting a decent premium, why would I hold on to it? In that case, why would I jump in if it doesn't have a decent premium? Because a decent premium basically is going to be, keep me in the cash flow. But once you get down to here, you get 2 cents, 1 cent, 0. The numbers just don't work on ET. It used to years ago, just not anymore. BRAD, FPI dividends is $1.15 with an EX date on the 23rd, in and out for a big dividend gain. Alrighty then. That's exactly what we're looking for. But I like weekly options. I don't like, don't get me wrong, FPI, it sounds like a good one for you, but it doesn't work for me. There are too many other companies that have weekly options that are more enticing. Okay, Wayne, Altria. Now, I actually have some Altria. Look at the numbers. The high was a couple of weeks ago. The low was back in March. Last year, she was 42. She hit a bottom of 38, jumps up, pulls back, jumps up again, pulls back again. Currently at 53.09. Well, 53.09 is going for 29 to 54. So it's not really working this week. Usually, Altria has good numbers, but this week not so much. So I'm barely getting 1% out of this. And if I buy it at 53.09, I'm losing 9 cents off the top. So once you deduct 9 cents out of this, then you're definitely not getting 1%. Okay? Mamba, am I a millionaire? That's an interesting question. Hope you don't mind if I don't answer it. SCHD fell, and I'm scared. Okay, Eddie, we had a conversation last week about SCHD. I said, hell no. SCHD is not something I wanted to look at because we looked at the dividends. SCHD. Okay, Eddie, if you remember correctly, okay, come on. SCHD. Okay, here it is, SCHD. Now, Eddie, we looked at the dividends. Let's look at them again. Okay, now, remember I told you, I only like companies with 20 years or more of increased dividends. Well, take a look at SCHD. They only been paying dividends since 2012, which is only 12 years. So right there, it's a no, because I like 20 years of consistent increasing dividends. So Eddie, let's take a look at the dividends. 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 11, backwards, 12, 9, backwards, 14, 16, 15, backwards, 17, 20, 17, backwards, 23, 21, backwards, 20, backwards, 22, 25, 20, backwards. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Why the hell are you putting your money into SCHD? That's number 2. But wait, it gets worse. Now, Eddie, we looked at this numbers just a couple of days ago. I believe it was a couple of days ago. It may have been last week. But look at SCHD, 3.31%. Why the hell would you be putting your money into anything that pays 3.31%? Lillian, how are you today over there in YouTube world? 3.31%. Eddie, why are you putting your money into this? You put your money in here and it's giving you 3.31%. Seriously? Come on. Okay, now I understand you haven't been coming here that long, but just keep coming, come back. Don't panic, don't sell at a loss. Hughley, for someone who recently started following your strategy, where should I start to learn the foundation of it? Ooh, Hughley, that's a good question. Let me briefly tell you, Hughley, okay? First off, I'm going to show you a video, okay? It's going to be a short video. It's not going to be that big a deal. Where the hell is it? Right here. It creates a foundation for you to understand where I'm coming from. It's very simple, okay? Don't panic. Okay, videos over on YouTube. I'm going to go to the oldest, right here. It can take maybe 15 seconds. Okay, you ready?
Hi, I'm Tracy, and as you being part of my internet website called Thingy, which my dad doesn't like me calling it that, but I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks that I'll be trading, and every month you'll be getting 4 lists. Days in the month of January, so 20 days in February, there's 21 days in the month of March.
Hold it, my favorite part's coming up.
Every single day you can buy different stocks.
Hold on.
There's a different company paying out dividends.
I laugh every time I see that. Now, me and my daughter in 2008, she jumped on my lap and said, Daddy, can you teach me what you're doing? Okay, she was 9 years old at the time. So the strategy I had to come up for her had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. So that's the 5 criteria I had to overcome. All right? Uh-oh, pause due to poor connection. So that's the 5 criteria I had to overcome to create this strategy. 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. If you don't know who the stock is, if you don't want to hold on to it for the rest of your life, don't buy it. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. And yes, this is a game. It's kind of like Monopoly, but with real money. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Well, for my daughter, it was, let's go. For my daughter, it was never buy anything that's not on the list. Simple. Never buy something that's not on the list. Well, the list consists of Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and Warren Buffett's list. Dividend Kings, 54 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for 5 decades or more. Dividend Aristocrats, 67 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for 25 consecutive years. Dividend Champions, 150 companies that also increased their dividends for 25 years. And then you have the Dividend Contenders bringing up the rear with 10 years to 24 years of increased dividends. Now, increased dividends basically means that the company is consistently profitable, because a dividend is a portion of the profits the company gives back to the investors. And that's you and me. Once we start buying and selling, we become the investors, we become the shareholders. We are the ones that create this mess. Let's go back over to here. Okay? Do you see this? The highs and the lows, the ups and the downs. It's you and I. We do this. We decide, oh, it's too high, let me take my profits. Oh, it's too low, let me buy some more. Okay, it goes up, it goes down. That's all stocks do. Okay, the nice thing about the dividend stocks that I do, besides the fact that they're consistently profitable, is I know when they're paying their dividend. And just before the dividend, the stock has a tendency to go up in value. So if the stock goes up in value, and I know when it's going up in value, that allows me to jump in, do a simple, safe, predictable trade. That is a covered call. Oh, someone just got me a rose. KG, woohoo, thank you. Wow, brain fart. I get sidetracked easily. By knowing when the stock is going to move, jumping into a simple, safe, predictable strategy, the covered call, the simplest, safest trading strategy there is. You buy a stock, you sell somebody the rights to buy it from you for the exact same price you just paid for it. My internet connection seems to be poor on live. I will listen to the recording later. Thank you for sharing your time. Okay, Hughley, not a problem. Let's move on then. So Eddie, yeah, SCHD, don't panic. Okay, they go up, they go down. Worst thing you can do is selling at a loss. Okay, don't sell at a loss, Eddie. Okay, remember rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Why you bought SCHD is beyond me. But rule number 2, never sell at a loss. All right, B-Rad, fair enough, thanks. Yeah, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're back again. Are you coming up for some more insults and more whatnot? SPE, Coca-Cola. Well, let's take a gander at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's been in business for over 140 years. Usually, Coca-Cola's premiums aren't the greatest in the world. Well, they're a dividend king. They've been in business for 140 years. They don't need to. Okay? All right. 62.45. We'll be looking at the 63s, and the 63s say 45 to 54, not quite 1%. Now, yesterday, they were giving 1%. Today, they're not. Is what it is. Look at the movement. A year ago, we're at 58. Okay, that's the bottom. She shoots up to 70, it looks like 73 and a half, drops back down. Now we're at 62.45. Well, the 62.51, the 63 is going to be the closest. Okay, even if we did the 62, we deduct 51 off of that. That brings me down into the 40s. No, it's not 1%. What should we put money in? Okay, user 325574018128. Why couldn't your parents name you something simple like Ted? Ted's an easy name. Who can remember that name? 32. I'll just call you 32. Okay, see, I don't know who you are, so I can't give you any advice. I have no idea how old you are, no idea what your goals are, no idea what your risk parameters are. I have absolutely nothing, so I can't tell you what to do. Okay, if you really want my opinion, really want my advice, you got to send me your phone number. I'll give you a call. Deborah, please share which companies provide weekly dividends. Thank you. Okay, Deborah, no companies have weekly dividends. Okay, if you understood the title, dividend investing for weekly cash flow, doesn't say anything about weekly dividends. It says dividend investing for weekly cash flow. What is weekly are the options, the stock options. So if I'm going to buy a company, this is Coca-Cola. Okay, Coca-Cola has quarterly dividend. That means they pay a dividend every 90 days or once per quarter. First quarter, January, February, March. Second quarter, April, May, June. Third quarter, July, August, September. Fourth quarter, October, November, December. Okay, we're currently in December. As a matter of fact, we are in December 19th, which is right here. Week number 50. Okay, week 51, week 52. Okay, 52 weeks in a year, 13 weeks in a quarter, 4 quarters in a year. Most companies pay quarterly every 90 days. Now, there are a few companies that pay every month. Okay, some of them aren't that bad. Most of them are going to be no for me. I like consistency, predictability, and safety. Those are my main goals. All right, so nobody pays weekly dividends. We use dividend stocks to invest for weekly cash flow using weekly stock options. Okay, hopefully that clarified that. Get Living. I'm going to sign up on your site for over-the-shoulder learning. Cool beans. You know what? Before you do that, send me your phone number. Let me give you a call. We'll chat. It's not for everyone. It's slow. It's boring. It's the same stocks over and over and over again. It's like if you take a look. Now, for those you don't know, I do post all my trades online. So these are all my trades here. Ricardo, ¿qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? ¿Está bien, y tú? From NL. NL. Uh-oh. From NL. What's NL? You have to remind me. Well, I don't know what NL. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, I post all my trades. Oh, from the Netherlands. Cool beans. We got somebody else signs in from Switzerland. And somebody else that signed in from Taiwan. Someone that signed in from South Africa. Okay, all over the place. It's kind of weird. Kind of cool, though. Okay, so all my trades are posted here. Okay? You will see if you notice, all right? Look at some of the stocks. Kohl's, Siri, Walgreens, Macy's, MPW. Okay? MPW, Walgreens, Kohl's, Ford, Intel, Walgreens. You keep going, and you take a look at all of them. What did I miss? I just missed a question. I try to answer all questions. Close by, love to watch your show. Cool beans. So I post every single one. And if you go by and you take a look at them, okay, just go by and take a look. Okay, it goes all the way back to week number 1. Where's week number 1? Way down here, okay? Just click on it, opens up, it tells you all the information about the trades. But look at the stocks I'm picking. Macy's, General Motors, Ford, CVS. Now, I'm sure you heard of each and every one of those. But the interesting thing about those is you look at the next week. General Motors, Macy's, Ford, Lowe's, Clorox. You heard of all of those. Macy's, Ford, Capital One Finance, General Motors, Clorox. Clorox, Capital One Finance, Ford, General Motors, Macy's. Ford, General Motors, Macy's, Target. Almost every company you see me invest in, just go in and take a look at all the different companies, because they're all listed. Comcast, Walgreens, Kohl's, Nordstrom's. Almost every single company I invest in is something you probably heard of. ExxonMobil, that's on there somewhere. I invested in ExxonMobil. I always like companies that I grew up with, that I know. Okay? So when I say it's boring, it's the same stocks over and over and over again, week after week after week after week. But look at the percentages I'm making every week. Okay, look at this week right here, week 12, 0.9. Okay, I didn't make 1% that week. Look at this account here, 1.65, 5.7, 1.2, 6.7, 1.5, 4.4, 1.2, 1.19, 1.65, 1.65, 1.19, 2.6, 0.92, so on and so forth. All the numbers are there. Every single trade I did, you click on any one, okay, it will tell you the timestamp, okay, May 31st, 15/11/37. I have no idea. What is that? 3:11 p.m. 5:28. That's May 28th. 9:31 a.m. Lowe's, Paramount, Wynn, The Gap, Kohl's, Marathon, MPW, Bitto, American Eagle Outfitters. Almost every single one of those companies you probably have heard of. Ricardo, I'm thinking to switch day trading to your strategy. No, try to make 1% a day, but in the end of the month, need to be happy with 5% total. So if this makes me the same or for less work, I'll give it a try. Ricardo, my suggestion would be try paper trading first. Don't just make a switch cold turkey. Okay, try it first. Buy a good company, sell somebody the rights to buy it from you for the exact same price, and from there, you should collect your 1%. Chef Boy RG, you want to take a look at ExxonMobil. Now, as far as I understand, all the oil stocks have been going down for the last 3 weeks, or last 4 weeks. Okay, today's no different. Okay, you have ExxonMobil down, Chevron, CVX, okay, down, COP, ConocoPhillips, okay, what's another one? BP, British Petroleum. Okay, almost every oil stock I know of has been going down. Okay, why? Don't know. We'll see what happens. Who are the dividend kings now? Oh, 32, the dividend kings. Oh my goodness. Like I'm supposed to know them off the top of my head. Hold on a second. Here we go. Dividend kings. Kimberly-Clark, Pepsi, Altria, Coca-Cola. Premiums look really good on U.S. Steel. Flock Queen, yes, they do. I love U.S. Steel this week. Let me write it down. We'll take a look at it in 1 second. Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, Home Depot, Lowe's, 3M, Emerson Electric, Target, PPG, you know, companies like that. Most of these companies have been in business for over 100 years. So I get no problem investing in those. But if you really want to find them, you just go to Google and you put in the Google search, Dividend Kings List 2024. Okay. Does covered call mean options? Yes, covered calls do mean options. That's where you buy the stock and you sell somebody the rights to buy it from you using a stock option, a call stock option. I have several questions. I have the question several times at the end of the week. Where does the money go to? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. During this crash, do you suggest S-ing in the S&P? No. The S&P, the rates are horrible. Hold on a second. Okay, let's check. Okay. The S&P. Okay, let's take a look at the spiders. That's the S&P. Okay. The spiders, the S&P 500 ETF Trust. 1.16%. How about crypto, XRP? JJ, I don't do any crypto at all. None. Okay? Right here. Mess. All right. KG, rule number 6. Ignore the unrealized losses column and just keep selling calls. KG, that's a good one. Well, you could go with it, don't sell at a loss. Okay, so Neil, you really got to be more specific when you say, where does the money go to? What money is it that you're talking about? I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about. What money? Tesla, JJ, no. No dividends? No, thank you. Okay? Tesla does not have dividends. See, how am I going to know when Tesla moves up? It's just guessing. I have to look at the computer all the time. Forget crypto, JJ. It's mind fucking better. You got it. That's a good one. Okay. That's why I'm here. Yay, Ricardo. Okay, so anyway, so where does money go? You really got to be more specific like by that question. No clue what you're talking about. Okay, Abbas Ali, XEQT. What the hell is XEQT? Never a good sign when I have to say what the hell is something. XEQT. Can't find that symbol. VEQT. VEQT. Can't find that symbol either. User 32. 30. Growth aggressive, want to retire early. Okay. User 32. You're looking for aggressive growth. You're definitely in the wrong place, dude. Seriously. Okay? What I do here specifically is for cash flow. I look to get a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. And I use dividend stocks, pre-qualified dividend stocks. And these are companies that have consistently increased their dividends every single year for a minimum of 20 years. That's 2 decades. Okay? Brian, when will Intel hit the bottom? I've been DCAing for months now. Oh, Brian, dude, sorry. Let's take a look. INTC. Now, I have some Intel also. Where is my Intel? Here's my Intel right here. Okay, I got Intel at 2071. INTC. Okay, so my Intel's at 2071. It's not that bad. JJ, I'm a newbie. My apologies for questions, but I want to learn. Can you explain what dividend is and how it works? Just the overview. Holy shit. JJ, you're investing and you have no idea what a dividend is? All right, JJ, simply put, there's 9,000 797 stocks available in the stock market to choose from any single day. Okay, about 9,800. That's a lot of companies to choose from. Now you can break them down in two categories. Companies that take all their profits and put them back into the company for capital growth. If you're looking for capital growth, you are in the wrong place. That's not what I do here. I honestly could care less about capital growth, not what I'm interested in. The second, the other half, they take their profits, they put some of it back into the company, but they take a portion of their profits and they give it back to the investors in the form of a dividend. Okay? The very first dividend stock was sold in 1602, where a bunch of Dutch businessmen got together and said, hey, we want to create this big, huge company. Huge company. Well, where do we get the money from? Well, let's go door to door, offering it to the peasants. So they literally went door to door. Hey, if I got a deal for you, invest in this company, we'll give you a portion of their profits. That's where the dividend started. A portion of the profits goes back to the investors. That's your share. Interesting thing. That company, the VOC, the Dutch East India Shipping Company, paid an average of 18%. An average of 18% for 198 years. That's a long ass time. JJ, all right, Scotty G. Hey James, I own 100 shares of CPB, Campbell's, okay. You show me how to trade and using a call on Thinkorswim. I know how to buy and sell covered calls at the same time, but I don't know how to sell one I already own. Oh, Scotty, that's easy. You ready? All right, Scotty. Now, Scotty, you're on YouTube. There are two live channels on YouTube. One, me standing in front of the camera, which is you're interacting with me now. The other one, live on YouTube, is just the screen. Just the screen alone. It makes it easier to see the small numbers and what actually I'm pointing to. So if you own a stock, well, there's a few things you got to do. You take your cursor, see your cursor, you put it right on top of any one you want to take a look at. Okay, right click, and it gives you a whole bunch of stuff to look at. Okay, what I like to do is slide all the way down and view the trades. Okay, well, here are the trades. JJ, thanks, much appreciated. I'm Young 23, holy shit. Scotty G, yes, I'm on both. Cool beans. All right, so right click, click on view trades, and it'll tell you what you own. Well, I got 2,000 shares of US Steel, okay, and I sold 20 contracts at 34. Okay, that's basically what it is. Now, when it expires, okay, it's going to be just by itself, US Steel. Okay, and I have 2,000 shares. That'd be 20 contracts. So I'd go to US Steel. There is the chart right there. Oh, look at that. US Steel was up today. Alrighty. That makes me happy because I got a shitload of US Steel. All right, come to the trade. Okay, I want to zoom in. Okay, this is where it is right now, 31.72. Okay, now you know how to read these. Okay, 20 December 24, that's tomorrow. That's Friday, that's tomorrow. Okay, 27 December 24, that's next Friday. 3 January, that's 3 Fridays away. 10 January, that's 4 Fridays away. 17 January, that's 5 Fridays away, so on and so forth. Every single week there's an option available for you to sell a covered call against. Great. So, let's say you got 20 shares. You can pick, do I want to sell the 27th? Okay. Currently it's at 30.50. The 30.50s are going for $1. That's 3%. Hell yeah. Okay. Or I can go to 3 January. 3 January, the 31s are going for 77. Why is that less? That's weird. Okay. December 27th, the 31s are going for $2. Oh, that's a nice freaking premium. The further out you go, normally you get higher rates of return. Let's go all the way up to February. Okay, the 30 is going for 284. So the further you go out, the more you collect. Okay, I like only doing 5 days at a time because I have no idea where the stock is going to be in 30, 60, 90 days. Okay, so I'd be going to the 27th, which is next Friday. So if I buy it tomorrow morning, 30.55, I can sell this for $1. Now, if I already own it, there's a couple of things you got to take into consideration. Number one, what did I buy it for? Because whatever you buy it for never changes. So if I buy it tomorrow, 30.55 is going to be my entry fee. They're going to stamp that right on my head. 30.55, that's you, buddy. So whatever happens 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks down the line, my purchase price is still 30.55. What changes? Well, this changes, this mess. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Okay? It's kind of like one of those carnival rides. It would go round and round and round and round, and you just reach out and you grab one. You reach out and you grab one, well, you have one in your hand, but it still goes round and round and round and round. And you grab another one, it's a different price. Okay, so if you jump in tomorrow morning, here's the price. So when you're trying to sell a covered call against a position you already own, fine. Go back to the beginning, right click, view trades, and it tells you what you bought it at. Okay, it's NPW, I'm into it at 453. All right, well, that's where you start, 453. Great. What is the 453 going for? Okay, MPW. The 450s for next week are going for butt kiss. Nothing. Not worth anything. So if I go out a little further, the 450s going from 3 to 4. Okay? Go out a little further to the 10th. The 450s between 1 and 8. The further out I go, the more it's worth. Okay, so always got to keep in mind, what are the premiums going to be worth? Is it going to be something that has good value to it? Well, this one's not so. Look, you go a couple of strikes out of the money, and then the premiums just drop away. Well, look at Intel, INTC. Let's try that one more again, YNTC. Okay, look at the premiums on Intel. 62, 39, 26, 16. Even 4 strikes out of the money, I'm getting 16 to 20, almost 1%. 4 strikes out of the money. That's why I like certain companies and I dislike others. Okay, Flaw Queen, is US Steel premiums always this good? I've got 3% 2 weeks in a row. I feel bad for you. Funny thing is, I don't know, Flock, if you were here when we first jumped into Harley Davidson like 2 months ago. We got 3%, 3%, 3%. Then it dropped down to 0.5%, like, fuck. Because it gets you good at first. But yeah, the premiums for some companies are really good. US Steel, it has good premiums. Okay, currently the price on US Steel, $31.72. Okay, currently it's at $30.55. The 31 is going for $2. That's a nice premium. Okay, that's more than 2%, like she said. If you like Flock, if you like the company, just keep rolling it. Keep trading it. It goes up, it goes down. Don't worry too much about it. Okay, here we go. Look, here we go. Move back. There you go. Take a look. The high of the year was a year ago, 48. She went down, she went up. Down, up, 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 down, up. That's all they do. And then tomorrow, it's going to do the exact same thing. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. The idea is, number one question you should always ask yourself. Does it make sense? That's question number one. Does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense to you, don't do it. Find something else. There's lots of ways of making money. If you don't understand it, don't play a game you don't understand. Okay? Rule number two, question number two. Do I like US Steel? Question number three. Do I like US Steel at this price? Well, look at the fluctuation. Goes from 42 to 31, 42 to 31. Do you like it? Are you willing to hold on to it? That's another question. Never buy something unless you're willing to hold on to it for however long it takes for you to hit your target. The longest I've ever held anything was Kimberly Clark, 9 months. And I didn't do it because I wanted to. I bought it, she dropped, and I refused to sell at a loss, so I collected a bunch of premiums, a bunch of dividends, and when she retraced, I sold it and I still made a profit off of it. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Defeats the purpose of the whole game. And it is a game. Don't kid yourself. All right. Deborah, you got that? Brian, when will Intel hit the bottom? Don't know. Okay, Brian, it is actually up to you and me. You and me and everybody else here. We are the investors. We decide what is too low. Well, look at U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel hit 31 yesterday. Well, today she opened up at 31. And the investors, you and me, say, wait a minute, U.S. Steel, that's a good price for U.S. Steel. Because what's going to happen? What do we got? A week and a half left before the end of the year? We got 3 weeks before the old boy takes office and the old regime is gone? Well, let's see what happens. I'm kind of curious. I'm really excited about the next 90 days. Jacob, what are your thoughts on long-term play on STLA? Okay, Jacob, number one, long-term for me is 30 days. That's it, 30 days. Okay, STLA. I don't think I've ever heard of them. Okay, because like I said before, STLA. Stellantis. Never heard of them. Reason why I never heard of them, Jacob, is they're a monthly. I don't trade monthly options because the numbers just don't work. Ask yourself a question. How many months in a year? Well, there's 12. How many weeks in a year? 52. So if each option trade I do, I get between 1 and 2% on average, would it be better to get 12 checks at 2% or 52 checks at 2%? Monthly just doesn't work for me. Okay, there's about 300 companies that have weekly options and consistently profitable. Those are the only ones I like. And if I keep trading them over and over and over and over again, and they keep giving me money over and over and over again, why should I change it? I came from a time frame, okay, where I'm from the Generation X, okay? We're the people that don't give a shit. We honestly don't. We go by a couple of mantras. We have a couple of mantras. One of them is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working fine, don't touch it. Leave it alone. If I'm consistently getting 1% per week, and 1% per week is perfect, I'm perfectly happy with it. Because that's 50% per year. And that 50% per year allows me to live a nice, comfortable life. And I'm okay with that. Okay, I don't have to have a brand new Tesla. I don't have to have a Lamborghini. I don't have to have a beachfront home. I don't have to take expensive vacations. I'm perfectly happy. I've already done all that crap. I don't need to do it anymore. I need some dividends in my portfolio. Vertical squeeze. Cool beans. All right. Uh-oh. Was that world you want to live in, girl? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I missed the question. There he goes. Okay. World you want to live in, girl. Have several covered calls that are below strike. Do you roll forward 1 week each week? It's all about the numbers, kiddo. If the numbers make sense, yes. If the numbers don't make sense, no. Move it forward 2 weeks. Change the strike price. Keep an eye on where did you jump in, where is the current price, and how is that affecting the possibility of a profit or a loss. These are questions we have to ask ourselves on Friday afternoon, which is tomorrow. And if you guys didn't know, I will be in Vegas tomorrow, and I will be broadcasting from Vegas tomorrow. What does the red and green signify on the trade pages of yours? Well, red is selling, green is buying. Kohl's dead business. Okay, Timmy, glad you clarified that. Deborah Skinner, too late. David Kraft. Ooh, Kraft, KHC. KHC, Kraft Heinz. Kraft Heinz is one of those companies, she's dropping, looking for the bottom. Okay, bottom fishing, 30 bucks, 30 is going for 39, that's over 1%. I'm losing 12 cents off the top. Wait a second, that means I'm walking on the 27 to 30 to 34. Okay, I'll get more 1% out of that. But she's in a downturn, looking for the bottom, which means no. Means we're going to keep watching it. Okay, look at the last 30 days. Down, up, down, up, down. As soon as she finds that bottom, what do you think is going to happen? So look, here's the bottom here. Here's the bottom here. Okay, finds the bottom, turns around, goes up. Comes back down, finds the bottom, turns around, goes back up. That's what we're looking for. Walgreens, WBA, hey, hey. Here we go. Walgreens is down yet again. They had a big jump up on Tuesday because they had takeover offer. What happened to it? Don't know. But she shot up nicely, but now she's pulling back. Neil. At the end of each week, the covered call gets canceled. Where does the money go you have invested? Okay, Neil, you got a couple of things incorrect. Okay, so let me clarify a few things, Neil. Okay. Now, Neil, 80% of all options expire worthless. Thoughts on NVIDIA? No way. NVIDIA is $130. The dividend is 1 penny. The book value is $1.70. Think about it. You're buying a $1.70 stock for $140 or $130. And then the dividend, 1 penny. Seriously, what the hell are you thinking? Seriously, ask yourself the question. If worse comes to worse, I'm collecting a penny for a dividend. And then, if the federal court says, liquidate and pay off all your investors, you're getting $1.70. You really think that's a good deal? Hell no. And they don't have it. No. Just no. No. All right, where was I? Okay, Neil. 80% of all options expire worthless. I do not buy options. Okay? When an option expires worthless, that means it's basically worthless. Whoever you bought it from keeps that money. Okay, if you don't exercise the option that you buy, well, then you lose that money. That's where the money goes. Now, on the other hand, I sell options because if only 20% options get exercised and are profitable, well, why the hell would I want to be in the 20% section? I want to be in the 80% section. I want odds and probabilities in my favor. So I buy a stock and I sell an option. And then I cross my fingers and hope that option expires worthless. Why? Because if I sell an option, let's say look at the numbers here. 940 to 950s go for 20 cents. Okay, great. If I sell that option for 20 cents, somebody has to buy it from me for 20 cents. Whoever buys it is irrelevant to me. Okay? But if I sold it, I want it to go to zero because I have to close up. Okay, anytime you buy or sell something, you have to open a position and then you have to close the position. So if I buy it, eventually I have to sell it. If I sell it, eventually I have to buy it. So when it expires worthless, so if I sell it for 20 cents and it expires to zero, well, I kind of buy it at zero because that's closing the position. So when I buy a stock, I own the stock. I will continue to own the stock until I sell it. The covered call is selling a stock option, hoping the stock option goes to zero so that I can turn around and do it again next week. And then I can turn around and do it again the next week. Then I can turn around and do it again, and I can continue doing it every single week. So if I'm buying it at $9.40 and I'm selling the $9.50 for 20 cents, okay, that's almost that's a 2% trade. It means 2% every single week. That's a 100% return for the year if I could get 2% every single week. Because when I sell this and it goes to zero, well then fine, I can do it again the next week. And then I can do it again the next week, so on and so forth. All right, so AMT, amount you have in the covered call. Okay, the amount I have in the covered call is the money into the stock itself. That means you buy the stock, it means you own. Let me do one and show you, okay? So right now it's at 940. Let's do the 950. And this might help out. Okay, Neil, hold on a second. So we're going to do a covered call, covered stock, and we're going to do the 950s right there. We're going to just do one contract. Okay, we're going to do it at the market so it fills first thing in the morning. Okay, listen closely. Okay, you see it right here? Here is the trade. Listen to the trade. Buy one covered call WBA, that's Walgreens 100, is the weeklies, okay, which means 27 December 24. That means the option that I am selling is going to expire on the 27th of December. That's next Friday. So whoever buys it can do whatever they want between when they pay for it and when it expires, okay? The 950 call option against the stock to open, at the market to open, okay? My break even, okay, my break even is $9.09. Well, the stock is currently at $9.40. Okay, so as long as the stock is above $9.09, I will be in a profit. It doesn't matter how much, okay? But at 950, I'm making this profit right here, the maximum amount of profit. Now, remember when I said I want simple, safe, predictable, and consistent? Well, simple, covered calls a simple strategy. Safe, well, I already know what I'm doing before I do it. Predictable, I know what my profit is before I even do it. Look, this is the profit. One contract, 41 bucks. Two contracts, 82 bucks. Three contracts, 123. Something like that. Okay, but we know what's going to cost. Okay, then I'm going to figure out what my rate of return is. How much is this trade costing me? I know how much I'm profiting off of it. 41 bucks. I know 41 bucks doesn't sound like a lot of money, but go with the equation. Hold on a second. So if it's $41 is the maximum profit, what is it costing? Well, it's costing $909. So we get our calculator. Let's clear that. And we take the profit, the 41 bucks, okay, and we divide it by what did the contract cost. Well, to do one contract, you need 100 shares. To buy 100 shares at $9.40, that is $909. And that comes to a grand total of, you ready for this? 4.5%. Okay, so even though this $41 profit is only 41 bucks, it's a 4.5% for the week. So if the stock is above $9.50 come Friday, well, on Monday, I'll have all my money back to me, and I still get to keep the $41 per contract, which is my profit. Because when you go to the corner store to get a gallon of milk, you just pick up a gallon of milk, no big deal. The owner of the store, he has to go to the farmer and buy the milk. He buys it for three bucks. He sells. Okay, he just made 50 cents on dollars. How much did you make on your 900? Okay, on your 900, you made 41. Well, that's 4.5%. You do that every single week. You multiply that by 52, because there's 52 weeks in a year, and that's over 200%. 234% precisely. But how often are you going to get 4% every week? I don't know. Okay, so when you ask, where does the money go? Well, it depends on what end you're on. Here, what I teach, what I do, I buy the stock, I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me using a covered call strategy and a call option. Okay, it's simple, safe, predictable strategy. I created it for my 9-year-old daughter, so it's really not that difficult. Hey, Jack, how are you today? All right, let's keep on going through these questions. Solutions 22 LLC. I got $50,000 to invest and the ability to add annually. What's the best dividend stock to put in right now? Okay, Solutions 22 LLC. Dude, I can't tell you anything because I don't know anything about you. Okay? Now, people ask me all the time, what should I do? I can't tell you what to do because I don't know anything about you. I have no idea how old you are. I have no idea your dreams, your aspirations, your skill level. No, nothing. Okay? If you want my opinion, you want to have a chat, send me a phone number. I'll give you a call. Now, be leery. There are about 29 other people pretending to be me. And they will send you a video, and they will send you emails, and they will send you text messages saying it's me. You really want to talk to me? Send me your number. I will call you, and then you will know it's me. Okay? I've talked to a lot of people who've been scammed out of money. So the dude just sent me a video, and he talked to me just like you're talking to me now. But it's not me. I will actually call you if you send me your number. Strange, but I will. Okay, Mike Mack. Why don't you just buy funds at 4.5% instead of doing all this option crap? Mac, 4.5%. Mean they pay 4.5% every month, or do they pay 4.5% per year? Okay, I haven't seen a single fund ever that pays over 30 or 40. Wait a minute, yes, they have, but they're relatively new. I haven't seen a fund that's over 20 years old that consistently pays over 40 or 50% per year. And besides, I'm retired. What else am I going to do? I enjoy doing it. Okay? Some people actually enjoy this kind of stuff. Okay? So if I make a consistent 50% per year, why would I invest at 4.5% per year? I have no desire to go back to work, which means you're asking me to go back to work because you don't agree with what I'm doing, which is kind of weird because you don't even know me. All right. So Solution 22 LLC. You really want my opinion? Send me a number. I'll give you a call. KG. 1A stock is down, way down, and a 2-week call to salvage a premium worth it? Sometimes it is. It's all KG. It's all about the numbers. Always, always, always check out the numbers. What did I buy it for? Where is it at now? What's my risk? What's my reward? Is it worth doing it? Is it not? Okay, now remember, I look at my accounts twice a day, once in the morning and once at night with you guys. I have a good feel for where my stuff is and where it's going. I've been doing this long enough so when the hit like yesterday came, yeah, whatever. I don't pay too much attention to it because it's just news driven. Is it really the company? Is it really the company that's having issues, or is it the people's perception because they listen to the news and they panic? Why ask why? Good evening. Your thoughts on Kohl's? Well, let's take a look at Kohl's. KSS, Kohl's. All right, well, Kohl's is down again today. All right, not a big deal. Looking for the new bottom. Here it is down here, 1386. Now, I wouldn't suggest jumping in on it. I wouldn't do it because I like 2 days to the upside once the bottom is found. We haven't found the bottom yet. So look, down, up, big gap, down. Okay, currently we have a double bottom. Yesterday and today is the same. So as soon as she turns around, goes back up, that will be an opportunity to jump in. Bottom fishing. KG, better to choose a below cost 1 week away or higher strike 2 or 3 weeks in advance. KG, I'm going to tell you the exact same thing I told you a couple of seconds ago. It's always, always, always about the numbers. Where did you jump in? What's it currently at? What's the risk reward of what position, each position you want to do? Neil, if you go a couple of weeks and do a covered call, Uh-oh. I have to keep going backwards because I missed it. Okay, you do a covered call. Does the premium stay the same? No, the premium always changes. The further out you go, the higher the premium gets because you're paying for time. So yeah, you can actually buy time. Okay, you just, let's go calls. All right, hold on a second. Let's get out of that. Let's go look at 4. Okay, we'll open 1, we'll open 2, we'll open 3, we'll open 4, we'll open 5. Okay. Coles, you ready? Currently $13.93. So the 14s, 1 week, 22 cents a share. 2 weeks, 24. 3 weeks, 63. 4 weeks, there is no 14 4 weeks. 5 weeks, 79. The further out you go, the more money you got. But it's all a numbers game. How long do I have to hold it? How much is it going to give me? I like 1% a week. So if I buy it here and I sell this one here, well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to get at least 4%. So is the 15? No, that's only 2%. So that's going to be a no. Okay, here 41, 28, 28, 28 is 40, 60. Okay, so here it's 5%. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I might do January, 24 January, get my 5% and just do nothing for 4 weeks. But as long as it's 1% a week, that's what I'm looking for. Do you ever change the strike price when you roll the calls? They are out of the money. Yes, I do. Always, 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 always. It's always a numbers game. There's a lot of numbers you can change. You can change the dividend. You can change the strike price, you can change the date, and you can change whether or not it's going to be a market order or a limit order or whatever. But there's a lot of things you can do. But it always, always comes down to the numbers. Does it make sense? Am I going to be profitable? Those kind of things. Neil, the stock exchange went under by over 1,000 points. Okay. What's your favorite trading strategy? My favorite trading strategy would be the debit spread. N. Jack wants to take a look at N. What the heck is N, Jack? Fidelity. Oh, come on, Jack. You've been along enough to know. No. V. Visa. Ooh, I like Visa. Okay, I got 50,000 to invest right now. The best dividend stock for 2 scoop. Yeah, sorry, dude. I can't give you the answer to that one because I don't know anything about you. Simone, how are you tonight? All right. Visa is going to be a no, only because yesterday is the high of the year, which means today is only 1 day to the downside. So yeah, look at all this profit right here waiting to be taken. So people who bought it here, 280 and 290, well, they're looking at the 320s and thinking to themselves, well, that's 30, 40 bucks. Well, hell yeah, I'm going to take that. D, what is D? Dominion Energy, no. A, what is A? Allegiant, no. Boxer Dad. Is there some place I can watch you explain your whole system? Boxer Dad, how are you doing today? Okay, Boxer Dad, if you go over to... Oh, it's not up here. The 10-Minute Trader. The10minutetrader.com. This little guy right here will pop up. Slide down here. There's your video right there. Explains the simplicity of the trading strategy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, using nothing but pre-qualified dividend stocks, and those are companies that have increased their payments to the shareholders for a minimum of 20 to 25 years.
Yep, that's where you can find it. Okay, also have a PDF, okay, which I've been told that link's not working, so I got to fix that link. But yeah, that's where you can get the information. YouTube, I got like 900 videos. Weird. Okay. Do you ever trade order blocks? Nope. Take income. I take income every single week. Tino Mores. If you are selling a call on a stock you own, the spread is to be on single. That is correct. Sell off. Why not do a covered call and sell a put if you're willing to own it? Okay, now sell off. I do a lot of different trading strategies. I do, seriously. But I only teach one. Okay, I give away one trading strategy. Now, trading strategy I give away is simple, safe, predictable, consistent. It was created for my 9-year-old daughter. Okay, if you do it right, you should be able to obtain 50% per week. You should be. 1% a week is over 50% per year. It's a simple strategy. I give it away for free. I have to draw the line somewhere. I'm not going to sit here and teach you every single thing I know. Okay? I do have a morning trading group, which is a paid subscription. And yeah, I teach everything there. But here, no. Simple, one strategy. That's it. You like it, great. If I'm giving away something that gets 50% per year, what is it that I know that makes more than 50% per year? That's what people pay for. Is there some place? All right. Yep, we already did that. Planet Trump. I'm good. How you doing? Wonderful. Solutions. I'm into what you're doing. Thank you. I mostly sell cash secured puts. I sell some of those too. Don't fall for it. Jack, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but okay. Boxer Dad. All right, Boxer Dad, we just went over that question. Mindy, back again. How are you today? How much can I make in a month with this dividend thing? All right, Mindy. Now, you've been here several times. You've seen me do this over and over again. When I say I make 1% per week, so if I have $100,000, 1% per week is $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month. Okay, if you have $1 million, 1% is $10,000 a week or $40,000 a month. It all depends on what you're starting out with. Okay, I want simple, safe, predictable, and consistency. That's what I'm looking for. 1% a week, that's all I want. Do you answer questions? Yes, I do, Michael. Now, Michael, we had an issue last night where people were asking questions, and for some strange reason, whatever you ask has to be approved by whoever approves these questions that are thrown out here. Okay, so we had a couple of guys last night that were a little unhappy that they've asked questions over and over and over again, and they just didn't come up on my screen. Now, I do answer every single question, so I would appreciate it if you ask a question only once. Because before I leave, I will answer every single question. It may take me a while to get to it, but I will answer all of them. Cool, get some. What do you think about QUBT? Craziest stock this week? Yes, it is. I looked at it yesterday, and you know what I said about it? No, not for me. Shorts for days. Hello, James. Have we looked at Intel tonight? Yes, we have. If not, please have a look. Thanks. Okay, shorts for days. Already looked at it. Giovanni, Misty, no dividends, no thank you. Sorry. It's up 2,306 months. Yes, Colonel, get some. I understand that it's up. Okay, that's like what is that? Like once every 10 years, you get one stock that goes from $1 and it shoots up to like 30 or 40. Yeah, it doesn't happen every day. Okay, you know the sun, the sun does shine on a dog's ass once in a while. What does that mean? That means, yeah, most likely 99.9% of the time, you're not going to find a stock like that. Every once in a while, you will. Okay, Boxer Dad, you asked me the same question like 5 times. The answer is not going to change from the first time I answered it. Seth, what do you think about Nike? Okay, Nike. NKE. I like Nike. Nike's the high of the year for Nike. Well, I gotta fix it so I can read it. Okay. So the high of the year for Nike is 122. Okay, the bottom of the year just after the Olympics was 70.75. Okay, she goes up, pulls back. Look at the last 30 days. Okay, the last 30 days for Nike. She shoots up and then she just goes sideways. No big up movements, no big down movements, just kind of stuck in a channel. Well, right now we're at 77.40. So there's a couple of questions you got to ask yourself before you jump in to something like Nike. Okay, number one, do you like the company? Do you like it at this price? And are you willing to hold on to it however long it may take for it to hit your target? Remembering that she goes up and then she goes down and she goes up and she goes down, because you may buy it and she may drop. But eventually she'll turn around and go back up again, because that's what stocks do. They go up, they go down. Where you jump onto the merry-go-round is really irrelevant, because it's going to go up and it's going to go down. But it's nice to be able to watch it and get a good feel for it. Because for the feel for it now, I can't really tell which direction it's going to go. There's no clear pattern. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And now she had an update today. Okay, so great. So where's it going? I don't know. It's sometimes it's just unpredictable. What does it normally do? For that, we take a look at seasonality. Now, you may ask, what is seasonality? For those of you that are new here, okay, all this chart here, all the way to the left is January 1st. All the way to the right, December 31st. So it gives you the whole year. So the blue line is this year. That's the movement it did this year. The red line is 10 years worth of movement. It gives you the average. So 10 years of average, we'll look at the fourth quarter for Nike. That's a nice freaking jump up in the fourth quarter. Let's isolate it. Let's go right here from October right to the end of the year. That's what Nike looks like on average over a 10-year period. It goes up in the fourth quarter. Well, where is she now? Well, now she went down a little bit. Now she's right here. So where should it go? Well, it should go up, because it normally goes up every year for the past 10 years. Does that mean it's guaranteed to go up? No. All it means is it's done it 10 years in a row. So the odds and probabilities are, if it did it 10 years in a row, well, more than likely, it probably should do it again. Okay, we're down to 60 people. I'm going to answer some questions, then we're going to reboot. All right, Intel. We already looked at Intel. Are you granted the principal if you do a covered call for in 2 weeks? All right, Neil, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. Okay, Intel. We already looked at Intel. Jack, that's not what I was asking about. It wouldn't let me put in the letters together for some reason. All right. Great, thank you. All right, Misty, Giovanni. We already said no to Misty. Sorry, but they seem to be blocking some of my comments. Yep, some comments do get blocked. Mindy, hi. SOXL? No. I don't do XOXL. Because it's just not old enough. It's like bringing a teenager to the dance. Yeah, it may look good, it might think, no. Okay, I like 20 years or more of consistent dividends. Albert, WPC. What the heck is WPC? WPC. WP Carey Incorporated REIT. There are no options, dude. Wait a second. WPC. WPC. Okay, monthly. Yeah, no. Sorry, dude. Sorry, Albert. Monthly options. I don't do monthlies because the numbers just don't work. Okay, Daniel Basharat. SOXL. Oh, look at that. It does have weekly options. 2610, the 26s, nice. SOXL. SOXL. Let's check out the dividends for SOXL. More than likely, it probably doesn't have any dividends. The semiconductor bull 3X. It does have dividends. Okay, so how often do they increase their dividends? Okay. 2010, 2014. Well, they missed 11, 12, 13. No 15. Okay, 0, 0, 18, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Yeah, hell no. Sorry, dude. SOXL, no. No consistency there whatsoever. Shorts for days. Hey, James, can we do Intel? Okay, shorts for days. We already looked at Intel twice today, INTC. Okay? Okay? Intel's just down today. Okay? 3 weeks of down. Okay? Looking for a new bottom. Now, I do have some Intel. So trust me, I do look at Intel twice a day. So Intel, just got to sit and watch. Jacob, no. Misty, no dividends, no thank you. Sean, Ford, and Coles. Ford. Oh, Ford is up today. Look at the last 30 days for Ford. Okay. Down, up. Here's the high of the 30-day period. Bottom was yesterday. Today's 1 day to the upside. 972. The 10s are going for 7 cents, not 1%. Okay, now Ford was my favorite last year. No to this year. No dividends on Misty. What do you mean? What do I mean? MSTY. Oh, it does have dividends. Oh, yeah. Okay. Jacob, you ready? April 4th, 2024. That's not even a year old, dude. Not even a year old. But look at the dividends. $4, $2.50, $3, $2.30, $1.94, $1.85, $4.20, $4.42. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but does that look like it's increasing? Because April was $4. May, well, they decreased it almost by 60%. Okay? And then the next one, well, it was up 50 cents. The next one was down 77 cents. Okay, and then the next one, it's down 30, 40 something cents. No. No, Jacob, look at the numbers. The thing's not even a year old. Why would you give your money to an infant? It's a year old. Most companies don't make it past 3 to 5 years. This company's not even 1 year old yet. Yeah, no thank you. All right, let's keep on going. But isn't a high yield savings paying more than 4% a month? No. 4% a year. B, high yield savings account are paying 4% a year. Not a month. 4% a year. FRSX. What the heck? FRSX. Foresight Automation. No. Okay? Monthly. I don't like monthlies, and it's only $1. Can't have 20 years of increased dividends. TikTok #1. Google, they just started paying dividends this year. So I'll be looking at Google in about 18 years. Okay, Sound, S-O-U-N, no dividends, no thank you. Sorry, just trying to learn. That's okay, Jack. KG. I know you don't teach it here, but if a stock you own is lower, does a covered strangle make sense? It all... KG, I don't know how many times I need to tell you, brother. It's all about the numbers. What did you buy it for? Where is it now? What are the premiums on it? What's the good? What's the bad? What's the best strategy to do? What does the stock normally do this time of year? Does it normally go up? Does it normally go down? All these questions, I have a tendency to want to answer them on a Friday afternoon. Okay? If I'm looking at a position and depending on where I am, as opposed to where I got it, well, that will decide what trading strategy is next. What's Jojo? What stocks do I have? Holy shit! You do realize I got 6 different accounts? Well, let me just show you a few of them. Harley Davidson, Intel, Kohl's, Macy's, Altria, MPW, Riley, Walgreens, U.S. Steel, Foot Locker, Pfizer, Riot, CVS, Halliburton. That's about it. In these 3 accounts. Now I get 6 accounts, I share 3 of them with you guys, that's it. What are dividend stocks? Jojo, a dividend stock is a company that shares its profits with its investors. Okay? We are the investors. We buy, we sell, we make money off of our positions. That's what we're doing here. If a company is profitable, they have 2 choices. Take the money, put it back into the company for capital growth. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place. The other companies will take the profits and they will share them with the investors, and that's you and me. We are the investors. Okay? So we're done with all the questions. No more questions? Uh-oh. KG, the premium you are selling a covered call isn't cash, but a discount you can't get income until you sell. Not true. Not true. Because as soon as you sell a covered call, okay? Okay? Buy 10 covered calls, Intel 100 weeklies, 27 December 24th, that's next coming Friday. At the $19 call on Intel, at the limit order, market to open. Okay? Profit $690. That $690 goes into my account instantaneously. I can, well, it takes about 2 days to clear. I can spend that money. I have a debit card and a credit card attached to my trading account. Okay? Mondays, I buy my stocks, I sell my covered calls. That money goes right into my trading account. I can use that on Tuesday or Wednesday to pay my bills. That's basically what I've been doing for the past few years. But you are right. It isn't cash, but a discount. You can't get income until you sell. Now, did you hear what you just said? You can't get income until you sell. Well, if I'm buying the stock and selling the covered call against it, selling the call strike against it for someone to buy it from me, I am selling something for $690. That $690 goes into my cash account, and I can do anything I want with that the very next day after it clears. Okay? So, here's the scoop. All right? It's 10:30 now. I'm usually on until 11:30. So, you guys got to cut me a little bit of slack because I'm flying into Vegas tomorrow at 5 a.m., which means I got to get my ratchet little ass out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning so that I can get to the airport by 4 o'clock in the morning so I can get on my plane. So that being said, you guys are done with the questions, so I'm going to be done for the night. You guys have a great night. Sherry! Just showing up. I'm just getting ready to leave. I was just telling people I'm getting ready to leave because I got to be on the air. I got to be up and in the car by 3:30 so I can be at the airport by 4 so I can be on the plane by 5 and come into Vegas. No. Oh, you've been listening. Okay, yeah, have a safe trip. You're going out of Tampa or Clear. I'm going out of Tampa. I would have preferred to fly out of St. Petersburg, but they don't have one. Oh, you sent me a text? I will check it in a little bit. I will call you as soon as I get off the phone. Rob, thanks for all your teaching, man. Safe travels. Get some rest. Coffee in the morning. Actually, I don't drink coffee. Is that weird? I have naturally too much energy. One more question. Hood Messiah. Go ahead. What question you got? All right. While you're coming up with the question, I'm going to sign out the other ones. Guys on Instagram, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. What's up with 20-year treasuries and interest rates? Dude, wrong question. Okay? Okay, I don't do treasuries. I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't do Forex. I don't do those, what do they call them? Those quick contracts. Good night and safe travels. Thanks, Sweetie Swag. Thank you. All I do is dividend investing with weekly cash flow using pre-qualified dividend stocks. Those are companies that have consistently increased their dividends to the shareholders for more than 20 consecutive years. That's it. I don't mess around with anything else. If you take a look, there's literally hundreds of thousands of things you can invest your money in on a daily basis. Huge amounts. Have a good night, safe trip. All right, yeah, so I'll be signing in from Vegas tomorrow. I actually go to Vegas. It's like one town over or a couple towns over. It's a half hour off the strip. Okay, is what it is. But I am going to broadcast from the strip tomorrow night. So that ought to be fun. So you guys have a great night, and we'll see you again tomorrow. And catch you.